everyone. In customary Issa fashion, I am late night creativitying and I am preparing for teaching a really fun workshop I'm hosting this Wednesday. It's free, you can register right now totally for free. It's called Money Messaging. And it's all about how to do that thing that all these business influencers and coaches you've been following have been telling you to do in your marketing, which is explain the transformation, the value of the work you provide. Like, how are you taking someone from point A to point B? What will be different? And the concept, I don't disagree with it. It's great. The concept is great, but I think this is something people really struggle translating into their own work because it brings up a bunch of emotional baggage, like self-doubt, like what am I allowed to say without being misleading or making false promises, like because my people are good people and we don't want to do that. It can bring up some imposter syndrome, like what if I don't feel like an expert, or like what if I don't feel like it's valuable enough, or how do I say something true that matches my level of confidence that people are going to want. So all the emotional stuff comes up. And then also people tend to have a tendency to try to explain the transformation that they're providing through their services through like what they'll do. So like walking through the process, like what's going to happen, what are the nuts and bolts of this offer, like what are they like literally going to do. And this actually isn't as effective because when we get so trapped in our heads of being like, how do I explain myself? How do I explain what I'm going to do for this other person? Where's the focus? You, right? The focus is on you. And suddenly the burden of proof is on you to explain why you can do it and you are trustworthy, can be entrusted with this transformation. But most consumers looking to buy, like, you are not their first concern. They are their first concern. They want to know what's going to happen. Like, if they decide to invest in you, how will their lives be different? How will their lives be changed? What pain is not going to be as painful? What possibility that they have been hoping for will they be able to realize with your help? Or, even better, what did they not even know they could hope for because they didn't know it was possible for them until they encountered your marketing when you brought it home to them that actually this incredibly beautiful future, this thing you didn't know you could have, you didn't believe you deserved, it's yours for the taking. I know how to get you there. They want to know how this is going to affect them. And they are probably, with all of the options out there on the internet, all of the ways they could spend their money and their time and their trust, they're not going to spend a lot of time trying to figure out whether the transformation you offer is relevant to them or not. So your marketing, your process is your least important part. It's way less important than hooking them right away with the result that is possible for them. It's taking them from an emotional journey in your marketing to how they feel now without the help, without the support, and how they could feel after they resolve this issue you can help them resolve, or after they gain these new tools, or after they've reimagined their identity in a whole way more empowered way. Like, that is way more important than the process. The process, if you think about it on the sales page, process goes way to the bottom. And then likewise, you don't have to prove yourself, okay? So I think it goes like this. The job emotionally of the marketing is first to connect, to form a connection where they're interested. They want to continue this exchange, this interaction, even if it's just, paying attention to your marketing a little longer. And connection, like if you think about in relationships with people, when you want to deepen your intimacy, you want to go in deeper, you want to know more. Well, it requires familiarity. Like, you're not just going to do this with a stranger or an acquaintance whose name you can't quite remember, but you see around sometimes at mutual functions. like that's not the person you're going to get vulnerable with and go in deeper with and build this relationship with, right? Because something has to happen first before that acquaintance becomes someone you want to know, right? So familiarity, and then that familiarity, as it builds up, it has to include safety and trust. Like every time they interact with you, they have to feel safe going in deeper. They have to trust you to value this connection, value them, value what they want, value how they feel, value their boundaries. So connection requires familiarity, safety, and trust. That's first. The next job of your marketing is to give them hope. To give them hope. So once they trust you enough to believe what you're saying, or at least take it into consideration, you have to give them hope. They can have something they didn't know they could have. They can have something that they've been struggling to get. They can have something they're not sure they deserve, and also they deserve it. Or you can have something that they've really been struggling with be less of a struggle or alleviated entirely. So after connection, the familiarity, safety, and trust, then you give them hope. And then after the hope is the reassurance. Okay, so when they're like, oh, but maybe, that is when you come in and soothe their fears with here is the evidence that I can help you in the way I say that I can. So the proving yourself is not the first job of your marketing, because they don't even care about that until you've built that safety, trust, connection and given them hope, and they're starting to think, maybe this is for me. Then we get the reassurance. So the reassurance can be stuff like social proof, like testimonials or reviews or case studies. It can be you even walking them through anonymized examples of way this problem can be solved, etc. You can be walking them through a possible future for them where they can start feeling into how it would feel to experience this transformation and what's possible for them. And then this can also include your credentials, etc. It can include ratings, reviews, etc. This is nice stuff. So this social proof, this reassurance, the third emotional job of your marketing. So connection first. And in that healthy connection, it's included familiarity, safety, and trust. Next is give them hope. And third is reassure them. So alleviate their doubts. Help them to feel good and empowered about their decision. And I would argue feel empowered to decide yes or no, because now they have enough information to make a consensual, informed, empowered choice about, yes, this is a good investment for me, or no, it's not. So the reassurance is third. And I think that a lot of people are so nervous about that reassurance piece that they try to make the first emotional job of their marketing to prove themselves. But the consumer doesn't care enough yet to need to know whether you can do what you say you're gonna do, because they don't know what you say you're gonna do, because you haven't gotten there yet, because you're so busy trying to alleviate your own imposter syndrome and prove to yourself that you even are allowed to have a voice and talk about your offer at all, which makes you less trustworthy. You see, because your focus is on you, not them. So you don't have to prove yourself. Okay. And even like if you think about it in terms of relationships, like, or people you meet. Okay. So do you trust a guy that's like, I'm a nice guy? I know a lot of my women and femmes out there are going to be like, nope, red flag. I will believe he is the furthest thing if he has to tell me he is a nice guy, because nice guys just are nice. They live it, they embody it. They don't have to pound it into your head. And someone insisting they are a nice guy sends off a little bit of an alarm bells, because you think that, why would you have to say it if you weren't confident that you were in your actions and it was evident? Same thing with confidence, right? Like, confident people don't have to be like, hi, I'm confident. They embody it in the way they act. So It actually proves that you're trustworthy when you can put the focus of your marketing on your customer and speak to their experience, their emotional state, their concerns. So if you take this emotional journey with your marketing is first building familiar, safe, trustworthy connection so that they want to hear what you have to say and are likely to take it into consideration because you've built that connection. You've taken the time to build that emotional connection with your marketing. And then second, once they want to hear from you, they care, they believe you, you give them hope. You give them hope. You help them imagine feeling better in some way, their life feeling better in some way after buying from you or working with you or whatever it is you're doing. And then when they are like, I think I want to do it, and then especially if it's a bigger investment in terms of money, in terms of time, etc., then we reassure them when those doubts come up, like, oh, is it really okay to be making such a big investment? Then we come in with the reassurance. Yes, here is the evidence that this works. Look at what my past clients have said. Look at the use cases I have done this method or whatever in. Look at my credentials. Look at my training. Look at my personal history. Look at how I solved this problem in my own life and that I am willing to be vulnerable enough to let you in on that story. So your experience is also part of your qualifications, just FYI. So, all right, prove yourself, not the job of your marketing. Building an emotional connection, giving hope, and then reassuring doubts, that is the emotional job of your marketing. And if you want more like this, more ways to become a master money-making storyteller in your messaging, in your marketing for your business, you're going to want to come to Money Messaging, which is a free workshop I am hosting over Zoom on this Wednesday, January 31st. You can register to join live, and the fun thing about that is you can bring your actual offers to workshop and we will give you the actual language for how to explain the transformation of your offer. Or register anyway if you can't join us live, and you will get the replay on Zoom. So link for that is where links usually are, wherever you're watching this. Okay. If this made sense, if this resonated with you, I'd love to hear it in the comments, or if my DMs are always open. All right. Love you. Bye.